Tonight, confusion in Wisconsin. Why a memo from the state's health department has business owners concerned about their establishment's image.
And as the mask mandate conversation heats up, Superior's mayor is weighing in what he's saying the city could do.
Plus, after brewing for much of the afternoon, storms are hitting the region. Dave is in with the very latest.
From CBS3 Duluth, this is the CBS3 News at 10.
Several tornado warnings have been issued tonight in both Minnesota and Wisconsin, including this one you're seeing in Ashby, Minnesota. We're also receiving reports of hail and rain across the region. Good evening, I'm Kristen Baki.
And I'm Anthony Matt. Thanks for joining us. The system Dave has been talking about all day is hitting parts of the region. Let's check in with him now on the latest. Dave, there's been a lot of watches and warnings out there tonight. Lots of rain, some folks possibly dealing with some flooding out there. Whole gamut.
Yeah, so those watches and warnings are still around, probably through midnight for some until 2 o'clock in the morning for others. Let's jump right into it. Take a look at the map here. You'll take a look and see that most of our area is still covered by a severe thunderstorm watch until midnight. Off the hook will be Koochiching County, Cook County, and Gogebic County. And then embedded in that, we've had some pretty nasty weather happening towards Brainerd and down towards Garrison by Mille Lacs Lake. They're looking at a flood warning there still, and they were facing tornado warnings earlier this evening. Then parts of northern Wisconsin were looking at tornado warnings just a couple of hours ago. And right now, in fact, a severe thunderstorm warning is still covering Douglas and Bayfield counties for probably another 15 minutes or so. Now, embedded into that, you can see a peak of red coming out. That's a flash flood warning for portions of Douglas, Bayfield, and Ashland counties until 2 o'clock in the morning, 2:15 a.m. to be specific. Heavy rain has already fallen in that neck of the woods, so we're not out from under the gun yet. Taking a look at the current Doppler satellite map here, the heaviest of the weather is indeed in northwestern Wisconsin right now. But even up towards Ely, they had some rough patches earlier this evening, and that could continue on and off fashion through early tomorrow morning. Here's our forecast. Tonight's storms will linger, potentially getting severe till about midnight, and then come Thursday morning, running down to a 30% rain chance. That could linger till about the noon hour. Then by tomorrow afternoon, it starts to clear up and warm up again towards 85. Is that a sign we could be cracking 90 again, or are we going to escape the worst of the heat now that the storms have eaten up that humidity? We'll talk about that in more detail in just a bit.
All right, thanks, Dave. Now let's head outside to CBS3's Natalie Grant, who has been keeping an eye on road conditions for us tonight. And Natalie, you've been out there for a while. There have been some big shows of lightning.
Yeah, Kristen and Tony, there definitely have been. We've been out here for a little while tonight. We're actually right outside of our CBS3 studios here in Canal Park, right on South Lake Avenue. And there was a lot heavier rain coming down about a half an hour ago when we first came out here. It has lightened up a little bit now. The water in the streets accumulated at first, but has thinned out a little bit. But like you said, the biggest thing that we're seeing right now, if you can maybe hear and see it, is that thunder and that lightning. It's definitely booming. You can see it light up the skies out here tonight. You can kind of see in the streets a little bit if you want to pan over here. The streets have dried out a little bit as people are driving around. Just in this area, they're not picking up as much water as they originally were. But like Caitlin and Dave, we're talking about other parts of the region. There is going to be those heavy rains that are coming down. Not a great night to be outside in any capacity, whether that is driving or standing out in your front lawn here. But yeah, there is quite a bit of thunder and lightning cracking down out here, but the rain has lightened up a little bit. As we continue to track these storms, I'll send it back to you, but that's what we're seeing right now.
All right, thanks, Natalie. Stay safe out there.
Businesses in Wisconsin are speaking out after the Wisconsin Department of Health has considered publishing the names of businesses linked to COVID-19. After some pushback, publishing that list could be off the table, but some business owners are still concerned. CBS3's John Cardinelli explains.
According to the WDHS, 20% of positive coronavirus cases in June were reported to have come from restaurants, bars, and social gatherings.
We are related to outbreaks in businesses.
With all of these requests, the department has considered publishing the names of businesses traced to 2 or more cases of COVID-19.
A move such as this could be, very confusing, I think, to the public as to what this means, because it certainly would not mean that there is an employee with a virus, in the workplace. but yet it could be construed that way.
But many are speaking out. The Hayward Chamber of Commerce is one of 60 local chambers who supported a letter sent out last week by the president of the Wisconsin Manufacturers and Commerce asking the WDHS to not publish names of businesses linked to COVID-19.
Someone could actually contract the virus from totally outside of the business, but yet if the business's name is linked to that, that's where, again, there could be some unfair, reputational damage done to a business.
In a media briefing on Tuesday, the WDHS addressed their plans on publishing business names.
Through those conversations, we decided that we would not be doing that this week.
But the statement has drawn some confusion as to what this week means.
Beyond that, we don't know.
We reached out to the WDHS to clarify. In a statement, they said in part, quote, "On background, the secretary's comments were referring to the media asking about us publishing this week. We have no immediate plans to list businesses with COVID-19 positives on our website. With no immediate plans, there still remains some uncertainty for Wisconsin businesses. All they can do is remain transparent and follow guidelines."
Being clear in your communications and what you're doing and what safety protocols you're taking, I think is always a good practice of any business.
Some business owners say they will pursue legal action against DHS if their brand is tarnished by the release of inaccurate or false information tying their name to alleged COVID-19 infections.
Meanwhile, the city of Superior could be following in the steps of Duluth in proposing a mask ordinance. Mayor Jim Payne says a proposal could be taken up by a city council committee as early as next week. Payne says he is in support of a mask policy and has been working with councilors and staff to draft the ordinance. The St. Louis County Board wrote to Governor Tim Walz today pleading for a statewide mask mandate. County Commissioner Patrick Boyle is asking Walz to order masks be worn indoors at public places statewide. He said a lack of consistent mask use contributes to the record number of COVID-19 cases in the county. Boyle referenced Essentia and St. Luke's recommendations and said local legislation is not enough. Both hospitals support people wearing masks in public.
Members of the deaf and hard of hearing community are speaking out about Duluth's proposed mask ordinance. An American Sign Language professor at St. Scholastica thinks it's a great idea, but says the city council needs to be mindful of other communities, as the masks can create a barrier for the few who are able to lip read. She also says deaf and hard of hearing community members still rely heavily on facial expressions to communicate. If the ordinance is approved, she hopes the council also rolls out resources, tools, and tips the community can follow.
Having other communication means available to people and make people aware that they need to be available.
In a statement, Duluth City Council member Eric Forsman said some council members are working proactively to be inclusive with that proposed policy that includes the deaf and hard of hearing community.
Food banks across Minnesota will receive emergency funding to ensure no one goes hungry during the pandemic. Governor Tim Walz announced $12 million to combat hunger in the state. It will support all 7 food banks and around 300 food shelves. According to recent data, about 300,000 Minnesotans have visited food shelves each month since the pandemic started. That's about a 30% increase. The money is coming from the Federal CARES Act.
The Duluth School Board is set to vote on a new contract with school resource officers later this month. This comes as a citywide petition started by the students is requesting the removal of the resource officers. Last night, the school board heard from Duluth Police Sergeant Mike LaFontaine as they weighed their options. LaFontaine said the relationship between SROs and those inside the schools are critical and develop over time.
Having an SRO in the school provides a resource or somebody that the students and staff can go to see answers and provide feedback. And so there's a continuity there.
The Duluth School Board is expected to vote on the contract on July 21st, but there is a possibility that it could be pushed back.
It's billed as a big step forward in combating violence against Native women in Wisconsin. The state's Attorney General has announced a missing and murdered Indigenous women task force to help fight the abduction, homicide, violence, and trafficking of Native women in the state. In partnership with the Wisconsin Department of Justice and Native communities, the task force will examine factors contributing to the epidemic. They'll also work to improve and implement data collection methods. Minnesota passed a similar task force in September of 2019.
Still to come on Live Local CBS 3, two very popular Northland attractions are reopening for tours when you could return to Split Rock and the Urban.
The severe thunderstorm warning for Douglas and Bayfield counties has been extended now until 10:30, and the storm watch still continues for much of our area till midnight, so we won't be out from under the gun at least till 12:01. Coming up in just a few minutes, I'll give you the latest on the 7-day forecast.
Live, local, CBS 3 News at 10 with Kristen Vaki, Anthony Matt, Kelly Hinson, and weather with meteorologist Dave Anderson on Live, local, CBS 3.
Catch Eye on Parenting every Thursday at 6 with me, Leanne Valdez on CBS 3.
Find the home of your dreams with Homes by Edmonds. Whether you're buying or selling, trust Duluth's oldest real estate company, Homes by Edmonds, LLP. Sunday mornings at 10:30 on CBS 3.
This is ultra-fast, insanely powerful, fiber-powered internet with speeds from 60 meg up to 1 gig. Supercharged home Wi-Fi. And 99.99% network reliability. It's gonna rock your world. Take your internet to the extreme, starting at just $19.99 a month for a year. Call 844-EXTREME2.
As an orthopedic surgeon, my subspecialty is sports medicine, which is mostly arthroscopic procedures, so doing procedures that are minimally invasive. The reason the patient should come to Memorial Medical Center is that we're going to offer a unique combination of having experienced surgeons, plus having a hospital that is willing to support us with the most technologically advanced equipment, and then also having an administration that supports the type of health care that we would like to deliver.
On the south shore of the greatest of the Great Lakes, Mother Nature's artistry is on full display in the Apostle Islands National Lakeshore. The best way to see it is on board Apostle Islands Cruises, located in the quaint city of Bayfield, Wisconsin. Visit our website at apostleisland.com. Apostle Islands Cruises, the best way to visit the Apostle Islands.
Seeing the joy that people feel when they share a meal with family and friends, that's why we do this. The laughter of kids around the table, the thrill of families driving through for a treat, the delight of not having to cook, and instead letting us safely serve you. It all comes back to taking care of each other. And for that, we'll be here with your favorites, and always a smile.
Hope for Kids Child Care Center is opening soon. To enroll your infant, toddler, or preschooler, call 218-724-1510.
Watch Anthony Matt weekdays at 6 and 10 p.m. on Live Local CBS 3 Duluth. Now, the CBS 3 Duluth Weather Max forecast with meteorologist Dave Anderson.
All right, let's get a look at the latest. Now, in general, a storm watch is in effect until midnight. A watch means it's not happening now, but could happen. That covers most of our area, with Itasca County still facing the watch, but Couchiching County's off the hook. Cook County, Cogeba County, you're not facing the watch until midnight, but the rest of the region is. And on top of that, now we do still have that severe thunderstorm warning going for Douglas and Bayfield counties until at least 10:30 p.m. And then over towards the southern parts of Iron County, one has popped up there in effect until the same time frame. And now, even underneath that, flash flood warning for parts of Douglas, Bayfield, Ashland counties in effect until 2:15 a.m. So if you're traveling in northwestern Wisconsin, do the Weather Service thing. Turn around, don't drown if you see the roads blocked off for the flooding out there. We needed the rain. We got a little too much for some places. But boy, did it come in grand fashion. Big storms over much of the area. This picture comes in from the Ashland area, where we're looking at that shelf cloud coming our way, hanging on the bottom side of a towering cumulonimbus cloud here. That's probably supercellular as well. Could spawn a tornado. This one here, the shelf cloud itself is harmless. It looks fearsome, but it itself is benign. But it does indicate worse weather behind, so it's a good sign to seek shelter and get ready to ride the storm out. And we're still riding the storm out at least till midnight tonight. and it should go away by noon tomorrow completely as our low-pressure system leaves. Rain totals now so far, 3/4 of an inch in Hibbing, getting close to 4/10 in the Twin Ports region, a 1/4 inch around Solon Springs, and very close to 3/4 for places like Ashland and Ironwood. So it's been awfully dry. This is helping, though in parts of the region it's a little bit too juicy, and we have to watch out for the flash flooding threat. So be, again, mindful of that. To the Doppler map then. Well, looking at things still developing towards the Upper Peninsula through northwestern Wisconsin, and indeed another cluster starting to take shape towards the Brainerd Lakes region, and that could bloom outwards like the last 3 waves have. So we're not out from under the gun right now. Again, at this moment, it's northern Wisconsin that's facing the worst of it, but the rest of us still have 60 to 80% chances for more, at least for another hour and a half, perhaps even pushed into tomorrow morning. Again, how vigorous this system gets as this low-pressure system departs. And by tomorrow afternoon, it should depart after we see that morning chance for the precip lingering. That sets us up for higher pressure to finally take over Thursday afternoon into Friday, and that'll be dry conditions and sunny conditions, also less humid and a little less warm. Still warmer than normal, but not as oppressively hot as some folks may have found it the past couple of days. Here's what we find then for the next 7 days with our forecast. Minnesota tonight. Oh, the low temps, maybe by the 50s by the lake, into the 60s inland. Still an 80% chance. You got a little more storm action coming your way. 60% shot for Wisconsin and Michigan, and for a lot of towns, that's 100% chance right now because it is happening. Low temps, mid-60s. Tomorrow, daytime high temps, mid-80s for Wisconsin and Michigan, with a 40% chance for the morning rain. 30% shot in Minnesota. High temps mid-80s inland, maybe 75 right by the lake. Extended forecast then shows after the shower chance in the morning tomorrow, sunnier conditions take over through Friday, perhaps into Saturday morning. Saturday afternoon and evening have our next go-round with some showers, and I think more showers than anything severe right now, Tony and Kristen, which in turn give way to a splendid Sunday, high temp near 80 with a partly cloudy sky.
Wow. The lightning's putting on quite the show out there tonight. My goodness.
Yeah, and we can hear it through our very thin roof up above.
That's the thunder we're hearing, though.
Good point. Thanks, Tony.
Thanks.
You got me on that one.
I did.
See the lightning, hear the thunder.
Thanks, Dave.
Well, it's no secret tourism is the economic lifeline of the North Shore. But this summer, there's growing concern among residents about the influx of visitors and the garbage they're leaving behind. CBS 3's Emma Quinn spoke with residents and visitors to find out more.
Picking up your trash.
I am kind of baffled that we're even talking about it.
An influx of tourists coming to Grand Marais this summer has meant an influx of trash being left behind. Brian Hansel started noticing it several weeks ago.
Like you go into these remote campsites that are in the middle of nowhere, and just the fire rings are just full of trash, trash left all over, particularly the beaches.
Hansel and others like Emily Siefkes say the trash is disrespectful.
I think sometimes people forget that people live here, where it's just a vacation spot to them.
While residents say people aren't picking up their trash, visitors at a nearby campsite say it's not happening everywhere. Cheryl and Rock Lindville have been coming to Grand Marais campsites for over 30 years. They say people at their campground have been picking up after themselves during the 2 weeks they've been visiting.
Well, they should be allowed in the park if they're going to have that problem, but we haven't seen that problem. We haven't seen that problem in 32 years.
For those who have seen the problem, they've taken their trash talk to social media, hoping to shine a spotlight on the litter.
Some of those people have got to learn the manners of camping.
Residents believe those who are leaving trash around are first-time campers who aren't aware of the Leave No Trace rule. They point to the pandemic as the reason why they've seen this influx in visitors.
A popular North Shore attraction will be reopening their doors after the pandemic forced them to close. Split Rock Lighthouse will welcome back guests starting Wednesday, July 15th. Guests can order tickets online or over the phone to maintain social distancing. There will be limited tickets available for walk-up purchase. Lighthouse tours will go one way with signs guiding tourists.
If they don't pre-book online, they can go through the main entrance of the building and buy their ticket there, but that's a timed entry, so they will have to wait in line to come in, and that's how we're going to meter the traffic.
The gift shop will be outside for guests. Certain indoor areas will be closed to the public, and tickets are available for purchase 1 month in advance. Meanwhile, another Northland favorite is reopening for tours. The William A. Irvin will be back open on Friday. DEC officials made the announcement today. The 600-foot floating museum will be open for tours Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays from 10 to 5 through the end of September. This will be the first time tours have been allowed since 2017. The ship was out of commission for 2 years to clean the slip and do restoration work on the retired Laker.
Still to come, calls to reopen. The nation's education secretary is demanding schools reopen this fall. We have the details coming up.
CBS3 live cams are brought to you by Kohler Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac. You're not just getting a car, you're getting Kohler.
Healthy Systems USA Black Friday in July sale. 2-month program, 1-month price. It's like getting 1 month for free. Buy it for yourself or split it with a friend. Lose up to 1 pound of fat a day.
If you've got that, don't worry about that. Healthy Systems USA.
Hello, Northland.
It's good to see you.
During this time, staying healthy might look a little bit different.
But we're still here to care for you.
St. Luke's now offers new ways for you to see us.
Like telehealth video visits, which is how I'm talking to you right now.
If you do need to be seen in person, you can rest assured
We are keeping our clinics and hospitals clean and safe.
If you have any questions
or want to make an appointment,
give us a call.
We'll be happy to help.
Hey, Dutch boy, show me Mocha Red.
Okay.
Does it have a smooth, durable finish?
Yes, and it's 50% more stain resistant.
Still talking to Dutch boy?
Dutch boy, show me Sleepy Purple.
Okay.
Oh, would you look at that?
That's better.
He'll still help us paint, right?
With Dutch Boy's quality paint and Menards expert service, you can twist off to something great.
Right now at Menards, get 11% off everything, including Dutch Boy paint.
Here at Angie's Closet, we are a boutique that carries a variety of women's clothing in all shapes, sizes, and styles that are friendly on your wallet. Come let Angie and her team help you get your wardrobe ready for any occasion this summer. We feature name brands like Calvin Klein, Kate Spade, J. Crew, and more. Come see why women from all over the country say this is the best consignment boutique they have ever shopped. Stop in today at Angie's Closet, located on Tower Avenue in Superior, Wisconsin.
Here's to the road ahead. Trust Toyota to be here for you.
The best new cars make the best used cars. That's why every Toyota certified used vehicle gets a 160-point inspection, new warranty starting the day you purchase, 1 year of roadside assistance, and more. Get as low as 0% APR financing on select Toyota certified used models. See your dealer for details.
All from the brand you trust, today and tomorrow. Toyota.
Watch Dave, Caitlin, and Austin for local weather you can trust on CBS.
Healthy Systems USA Black Friday in July sale. 2-month program, 1-month price. It's like getting 1 month for free. Buy it for yourself or split it with a friend. Lose up to 1 pound of fat a day.
If you've got that, don't worry about that. Healthy Systems USA.
Northwest Outlet is open for business. Now save up to 40% off store-wide.
When severe weather hits, tune to CBS3.
Tonight at 10, we'll be out here in the storm.
For up-to-date coverage morning and night.
Stay away from here.
Live local weather coverage on CBS3 Duluth. Watch Dave, Caitlin, and Austin for local weather you can trust on CBS.
Today, Education Secretary Betsy DeVos insisted that schools must reopen in the fall and slammed plans for a hybrid of alternating days in the classroom.
But the decision on opening schools is up to local officials, and many are following advice from medical experts. And President Trump is once again at odds with his own medical experts as he continues to push America's schools to reopen. This comes as Vice President Mike Pence said today the CDC will issue new guidance next week because getting kids back to school is essential to parents going back and helping the economy. But teachers groups say the federal government isn't providing adequate plans for testing or funding to reopen schools safely.
Coming up in sports, Kelly Hinseth chats return to UMD hockey with the men's captains. Stay with us.
Catch Eye on Parenting every Thursday at 6 with me, Leanne Valdez, on CBS3.
Incredible deals, huge markdowns, plus free doorstep shipping on everything. What a sale. The 4th of July sale at Slumberland Furniture.
At UCare, we've been decomplicating Medicare plans in Minnesota for a long time. In fact, we've been offering Medicare Advantage plans longer than anyone else. Our Medicare Advantage plans are affordable, and 96% of Minnesota providers accept UCare. So if your provider practices at any of these clinics or hospitals, you can likely keep them. To learn the basics and see how UCare Medicare Advantage plans compare to others, visit ucare.org/TV.
New Duluth Auto is the Duluth used car dealer. We have plenty of makes and models to choose from. Nissan, Honda, Toyota, and we even carry multiple options for our most popular vehicle, the Subaru Forester. Large cargo space, all-wheel drive, what's not to love? All of our vehicles are priced under $20,000. To make these deals even sweeter, there is a 1 to 5 year warranty included on all vehicles. Give us a call, stop by, or view our inventory online at newduluthauto.net. Because here at New Duluth Auto, we are your Duluth used car dealer.
We know it can be scary when you're injured in an accident.
We know the insurance company can be unfair.
We know bills need to be paid.
But we also know what it takes to win.
We know what it takes to get our clients compensated.
And most importantly, we always fight to do the right thing for our community. Nicolay knows.
Nicolay knows.
Nicolay knows.
Nicolay knows injury law.
Nicolay Law, Duluth and Superior's award-winning injury, disability, and bankruptcy law firm.
Welcome back to gaming excitement in downtown Duluth. Fond Duluth Casino is currently open 10 a.m. to 2 a.m. daily with a large selection of slot games available to brighten your day. The entire gaming floor is currently non-smoking with social distancing and COVID-19 protocols in place. We want you to have fun, but also stay safe when you visit. Log on to fondduluthcasino.com for the most up-to-date information during these ever-changing times. We're looking forward to seeing you smile under that face cover while you
have a great time out at Fond Duluth.
We have a structure fire with injuries on Highway
13. Did you know your friends and neighbors volunteer to provide emergency services? They are serving many communities and need your help. Challenge yourself. Be part of the team. Be somebody.
Right now at Slumberland, get a Sealy mattress any size for one low price, starting at just $99 each piece when purchased in sets. Want it extra plush? Just $199. The 4th of July mattress sale at Slumberland Furniture.
We're still a long ways away from looking forward to any sort of college hockey here in Duluth for the UMD men's hockey team. In the meantime, the university is taking baby steps toward getting athletes back on campus and into voluntary workouts. Now, some athletes are still laying low in their hometowns, self-isolating, and that includes UMD captain Noah Cates and assistant captain Nick Swaney. I sat down to chat with Swaney and Cates yesterday to talk about what they've been up to, staying in shape, among other things.
Okay, let me ask, what's the most creative thing you've done for a workout at your house?
I would say using a staircase to do pull-ups. Kind of not the easiest thing to do, but kind of getting it in. Like my deck, like there's not like the back part of the stair, so it's kind of just a flat, you know, where you put your foot, so you can't hit your head on the staircase above it.
No excuses, right?
No excuses.
Having a limited amount of guys on the ice, is that different? Does it feel, when you hit the ice and you know that there's something up, is that different?
In the summers, I kind of like to focus on doing a lot more skill stuff and individual work, so it's kind of not too much different in that sense, but obviously just having to go to the rink and, I mean, sometimes getting ready at home. I think a lot of guys are getting ready at home, not the locker rooms and stuff. I think it for sure makes a difference and, kind of brings you back to when you were younger, when you would get dressed at home and drive to practice. So I think it's kind of funny in that sense.
I've driven a couple of times with all the gear on, and it's a little weird, but get some looks too. But kind of just got to do what you got to do and follow the rules of each individual rink. And some are different, but a lot are kind of the same with getting as much gear on as you can in the parking lot or at home.
All right, you touched on locker rooms, and that's something that that just popped into my head yesterday of how different is it? Like, how did you have so much equipment? How do you do that? How do you navigate that without locker rooms?
I think obviously just being in the locker room with the guys, it's kind of one of the big things about hockey. So it's for sure different not being able to just sit there and kind of talk with all the guys and everything. But I think times are for sure different, and you got to adapt to them and keep everyone safe. So got to just follow along with what the procedures are.
We are obviously looking forward to hockey this fall, hopefully. American Association Baseball down in Sioux Falls. The Canaries and the St. Paul Saints continue with their series with a matinee. Top of 2. The Canaries hang on a run on the board. Ryan Long goes the opposite way, depositing a solo home run. It is 1-0 after scoring a run on a fielder's choice in the 5th. Sioux Falls adds another as Damick Tom Shea hits a chopper 2 and through shortstop. Jabari Henry scores from second, and the Birds lead 3-0. They'd go on to win 3-0. They are 3-2 in the season. And of course, I just included that so I could read some baseball highlights and hopefully catch up and dust off with my highlight reading of capabilities before the MLB season returns next week. It obviously needs some work. Now, in a perfect world, Hibbing native Scott Prunovich would have been the 6th Hobie Baker winner for UMD in front of a crowd at the Frozen Four in Detroit. Of course, because of the COVID-19 pandemic, the UMD alum had to settle for the honor in his living room. But now Prunovich will finally be getting the awards ceremony that he deserves. The Hobie Baker Committee announced today that they will host an awards banquet on August 6th to properly present Prunovich the Hobie Baker Award down in Lake Elmo, Minnesota. 2 other finalists, North Dakota's Jordan Kawaguchi and Maine's Jeremy Swayman, will be recognized at the event as well. And that's going to do it for sports tonight. We'll be right back after the break.
CBS3 closed captioning is brought to you by Essentia Health Pharmacies, keeping things safe, simple, and convenient through mail, local delivery, drive-through, and curbside pickup services.
Healthy Systems USA Black Friday in July sale. 2-month program, 1-month price. It's like getting 1 month for free. Buy it for yourself or split it with a friend. Lose up to 1 pound of fat a day.
If you've got that, don't worry about that. Healthy Systems USA.
Water makes life possible on Earth and in our homes. Culligan conserves this resource with its high-efficiency water softener, the world's best because it uses less water, and that matters to all of us. Click or call Culligan Water and start saving today.
When severe weather hits, tune to CBS3.
Tonight at 10, we'll be out here in the storm.
For up-to-date coverage morning and night.
Stay away from here.
Live local weather coverage on CBS3 Duluth. Every second of every day, it happens. Something big, something worth talking about. News happens, and you can't wait for it. You need to be constantly digging, asking, hunting, wanting more. More truth, more real answers. More who, what, where, when, and why. And it's about you. It's about now. It's about wherever, whenever. At Live Local CBS3, it's about the news. Your neighborhood news.
Things are slowly starting to get back to normal. But our fight against COVID-19 isn't over yet. St. Luke's and Essentia Health are asking for your help. Whenever you will be around others who do not live with you, please wear a mask. This will help to protect everyone in our community. Masking continues to be one of the best defenses against the virus. Masks make a difference. On behalf of Essentia Health and St. Luke's, thank you.
When news breaks, be the first to know with CBS3. Alerting you with our mobile app, taking you live to the scene.
A lot of protesters walking.
Bringing you complete coverage on air. Showing you what's happening now, what's next, how it affects you.
There's a massive fire. We have a crew there live
Focused
now.
on urgency. Focused on accuracy. When news breaks in your neighborhood, be the first to know. With live, local CBS3.
Healthy Systems USA Black Friday in July sale. 2-month program, 1-month price. It's like getting 1 month for free. Buy it for yourself or split it with a friend. Lose up to 1 pound of fat a day.
If you've got that, don't worry about that. Healthy Systems USA.
Hi, I'm Dr. Charity Reynolds. I would like to remind you that COVID-19 is still around. Remember to wash your hands, wear your mask, and stay home as much as possible. Thank you.
All right, Dave, you are taking us out of the show tonight because you have a lot you're watching as far as weather goes.
All right, and let's go to the Doppler then, because we still have action out there, especially in northern Wisconsin. Right now, there's still a severe thunderstorm warning going on perhaps until 10:45, maybe even extended longer if need be for portions of Bayfield, Ashland, and Iron counties. And pretty close to that neck of the woods, folks, there are still looking at a flash flood warning until 2 o'clock in the morning. The worst of the storms may linger till about midnight tonight, but the rain may not be over in our area till about, I'm thinking noon tomorrow, especially in Minnesota. It could end by then, but for folks in Wisconsin and Michigan, it may linger just a little bit longer than that. There's a look at the future cast for the winds here. The winds will be the least of our problem, frankly. Might go all the way to 10 miles per hour, so that shouldn't be so bad. Our 7-day forecast doesn't want to come up here because the computer is really getting taxed here tonight and doesn't want to advance off of that. But bottom line is, fair weather comes by tomorrow afternoon, and Friday could be gorgeous. Too bad we're wasting it on Friday because by Saturday, slight chance for a little more rain.
All right, take it safe out there.